Do you have to go ahead? Do you have to change anything? You know, you're such a quick turnaround playing Okie State.
No, not really. I mean, we kind of do what we do.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've played against the style of defense. You know, they'll change it up, play some zone, play the pressure overplaying man. But this will be our third time this year we've seen that. You know, including Illinois back in Maui, and so I think we understand what we need to do against it. You know, offense really comes down to spacing and sharing the ball, so and getting good movement and cut the right way. But not really. You know.
You've been pretty consistent bringing Lindell in like 14.5-minute mark. You happy with how that's going? Will that be consistent, you think, going forward?
For a little bit longer, you know, at some point, would like to work him back, you know, in earlier, you know.
Like when the game starts.
Yeah. So, but you know, we met and we've talked, and so that'll happen at some point, you know. But I thought he played really well. You know, I'm not evaluating him on making and missing shots right now. That stuff will come. I thought he made the play that I thought was huge was he turned it over. And maybe a year ago he would have, you know, dropped his head or done something. But instead, in that moment, man, he responded. He made an unbelievable athletic play, got the ball back, and I don't know what the score was, but I thought that was a huge play. And then Tyrese's lob to him. I mean, there's not many players athletically that are going to be able to catch and finish that. And so I thought he was one of his better defensive games, you know, when you really break down all these guys individually defensively. And so I think he's making strides, and we need him to keep coming, you know, for us to like I said, to max out.
Is moving him eventually to the starting lineup, is that a delicate thing, or?
No, I think the guys know. It's just something that we've talked about as a team, just, you know, our thought process going forward. And so it's really, you know, it probably got too much play early, and, you know, so that'll work itself out. But, you know, he's playing about 30 minutes a game, and, you know, he thought he played really well against Tech.
How nice is it, whoever that sixth guy will be? That seems like there's three candidates.
Yeah.
That you're bringing offense onto the floor.
Yeah, I think we really have 5 perimeter starters, really, if you really look at it. I mean, they're all capable and worthy starters. It's more about with those guys is out of those 5, who are the 4 that are playing the best that night are going to play the extended minutes. And but I'm really confident in all 5 of those guys. And, you know, if Terrence and Zoran, I talked with Terrence yesterday, it's when your moment comes, if those guys foul trouble, you just got to be ready.
With them, they obviously haven't played since Weathers isn't on the team anymore.
Yeah.
How do you see that maybe changing what they do?
I don't know what they'll do. We lived it last year. They have we had about 6, I think, we went to West Virginia with, and so you know, it's tough. You know, sometimes people say, well, you only play 7 or 8. It's not a big deal. When you only have that many, it's different. And so, but, you know, what they do, if they change some things defensively, if they change their pace offensively, I don't know. We won't know until we get into the game. But, you know, they beat us twice last year. You know, we were fortunate. Lindell made a big shot down there a couple weeks ago, or up there a couple weeks ago. And so they're a team facing a little bit of adversity like we were the other night in Lubbock. And so, you know, we've preached to our guys the last couple of days that you're getting their best test, and we got to be dialed in for that.
What do you make of the Big 12? I mean, if somehow West Virginia, and this is a really stretch, should get it together at home and beat Kansas, chances are there's 4 or 5 teams tied with 2 losses for first place. What do you make of the Big 12?
Well, I mean, I looked at, I guess, Ken Palm last night had us the number 1 league again, and so. I mean, the league's good. It's just when you only have 10 teams, there's really not a bottom. You know, winning on the road you got to try to get as many as you can, and it's tough. And so, but you got to protect home, and that's what we didn't do last Saturday, and that's what we've got to do tomorrow. That's a game we got to take care of.
What did you like Wednesday about what you guys did defensively? And I think I maybe heard on the radio you said you wanted to still clean up some of your zone.
Yeah, we just hadn't played it a lot, and I'm not. You know, it's not something I'm a big. You know. We just haven't played it a lot, you know, when you really look at it. So we'll work on it more today in practice and, you know, try to implement it. We played a 1 possession there, and we got to stop. So we're 1 for 1, I think. I think we played zone 1 time this year. And so, you know, but we need to start playing a little bit more and showing a little bit more, and just to get better at it in case we need it for you know, times like Tech when they were just trying to drive us and we were in the bonus to keep people out of the paint. But I thought it was that was a great game. The atmosphere down there was phenomenal. That's why I'm excited to get back in Hilton with the students on Saturday to see our environment here. We were fortunate to win the game. The guys, a lot of credit is how they came in and played in the first half. Offensively, we really shared the ball and moved it. And then defensively, we were tough enough and gritty enough and made plays down the stretch, whether it was free throws, whether it was Bab's jump shot, whether it was Mike's block, to finish the game. And that's a tough, resilient team to beat. Man, I thought he was a little bit better. I'm probably maybe misspoke. I think he's still where he was the other day when I said day to day. I mean, he's practicing. He's out in uniform. He'll dress again tomorrow. But will he be the first guy off the bench as front court sub? I don't know. I think I think it's a little bit of ankle, a little bit of Achilles to where I'd rather be cautious with him right now. And I haven't seen him today, so I'll talk to him a little bit more today when I get out with him at practice and just check in on him. But he'll practice today a little bit, and we'll see. But the good thing is that's a position we have some depth, and George has been really good, and Mike's been good, and so we'll see. And if it's a couple more days, the good thing after Saturday, Monday, we got a week of rest, to where we could get him back and we still have him for the stretch run.
It looked like he went to go check in the first half against Tech.
Yeah, he did, and I cannot remember exactly what happened. I tell you what, I think he heard it because me and the coaches were talking about possibly getting him in, and he was sitting up towards the front of the bench, so he thought that meant get in, and so. But at the second half, I thought he was selfless in the where, hey, coach, I'm not 100%. George is playing well. Put him in, and or stay with him. And so I thought all the guys. I thought that was one of our most complete games, to where our guys coming off the bench, Lindell and George, were terrific. You could count the big plays that they made, and then I thought our bench was engaged and in tune. And you got to be focused if you're going to win at places like that, and Kansas, and all not down the line in our league.
What's the zone look like if you do play it? Is that a 1-3-1 or just with the personnel you have?
I won't say what kind of zone it is, but it's we're in the midst of we've been working on practice a little bit, but starting working on a little bit more in case we have to play it. I'll put it on Twitter tonight. Anything else you want to know? You want our what else? Anything else with the plays?
What will Tom Manning's first call be next football season?
Oh no, did he get hired? Did he get hired today?
It's going
Is
not
it
today,
official?
but it's happening.
So are you taking the Colts spot? Are you going to Indianapolis? I don't know. Maybe Matt. I'll call it.
Would you just say that for Cam to be selfless like that, do you think that kind of personifies just the growth he's made in the last year?
Yeah, and I think he's made a lot of growth. I think he's doing all the right things. The things that he struggled with in the past, I think he's doing all the right things. I told Randy that off the record the other day. He's been really good. Obviously he wasn't playing a lot when he first got back, but he wasn't doing what he needed to do from a standpoint of the things that I expected him to do. He got back from Christmas, and he's worked harder. He's practiced better. Unfortunately, got hurt at Baylor, and that was a big impact. I thought that hurt us at Baylor and with Kansas State because, he brings some things to the table we needed, especially with the physicality of Clark in that game. But he's been doing well. It's unfortunately he's hurt, but he could have easily said, let me go in there. But, man, in a possession or two game, man, all that stuff matters. It's like I talked to our guys, like the RS3 at the end of the half against Kansas State. We lost him in that last possession. It's nobody's fault, but every possession is so big when most of these games are coming down to the last media timeout.
What's the locker room been like the last 10 days? Have they been riding a roller coaster, or has it been pretty even?
The week with the Baylor-Kansas State game, it wasn't – I'm not saying it was awful, but it wasn't – yeah, we lost 2 games. We weren't playing, great. Credit Baylor and those 2 teams, though. But we needed to get back, doing what we need to do. And I thought Sunday, watching tape, I said, man, I got a really good feeling about this game. And I think if we do the right things, we're going to have a great opportunity to have a chance. And on the road, that's what you want going down the stretch. And the guys stuck with it, and they did the right things. But our biggest thing, you look at our team, we've had about like 8 different versions, you know what I mean? So you're still trying to, handle all these situations delicately but the right way. And I'm going to make some mistakes on how I handled different things, and the guys may make some mistakes, but we're each other's mistakes, You know what I mean? I try to tell them like, I got you, you got me, and let's max this thing
Stuck with
out.
each other.
And so, I thought, we were in a really good place playing Texas Tech, and so they were good yesterday, and I expect them to be good today. I think they understand we gotta be dialed in. I don't think we came out with great energy against Kansas State for whatever reason that day.